Okay, so what we need to do next is add a little bit more life into this scene, and we're going to add a entourage character and maybe just a little bit of furniture. So I think for that, we're going to head over to CrowdSource2D, our entourage library that we've taken all these photos, we've built the models, and we've done so because we have a specific need for a lot of these characters. So what we need is often what you guys need too. I'll show you that. And then also we're going to use some of the Lumion Furniture. There's a ton of objects in Lumion. So we'll just throw some furniture on the back patio and maybe a plant or something on the front porch, and then just go light on the entourage. Usually with a residential rendering, you don't put a lot of entourage in here, but for this one we will, just to show you our CrowdSource2D library. So let's track down some people and some furniture and get to it. All right, so first things first, let's head over to our crowdsource2d.com, and we can click on characters. And what's so cool about this is that you can filter our entire library out based on seasons and actions and gender and all these different tags, so you can really find what you're looking for. So first thing I'm going to do is we probably want somebody standing. I'm imagining someone standing on the front porch and you know, just kind of hanging out, maybe having a drink or waving. And as I scroll down, we can kind of see what happens here. Like maybe, I'm not sure, I don't have a good character in mind necessarily. Let's see. Let's look at our actions again. We have like, I think waving is one of them. And let's see, waving. Let's see what waving is all about. And so, oh, kind of looking at us, not on the cell phone though. And also I want this person to be, yeah, not really walking, just kind of stationary, like, let's see, not a nurse. And so, let's see, read, not on the cell phone. We'll use, let's see, who's this character? Tina. All right, so we'll download the SketchUp model of Tina. And we are actively loading up a bunch of LS10 groups. And you know what? Let me log in on that too. So we'll log in. And we do have some new pricing at crowdsource2d.com as well. We are offering unlimited downloads for 25 bucks a month. It does not get any cheaper than that. So let me get back to my characters. I want to find one who's a Lumion character, and I think we have a filter for that. So really what I want is a standing character, and I want a Lumion file, and let's see, Lumion. There we go. And so that should filter down. You know, these are the characters that for sure are have a bunch of different poses, but that wasn't what I was going for either. So sorry, I just don't know off the top of my head who we have ready to go. Maybe Aubrey. Let's see what Aubrey's got going on. She's dressed up for winter. Maybe we should do, let's get rid of Aubrey and look at standing and summer. I think that this is a summer scene that we're seeing. You know, it's definitely not cold there. And yeah, maybe, I think this is Alika. Yeah. All right, but Alika doesn't have a Lumion character. And let's see if we can just find one more. I'll try. Emma might, but she's not exactly who I was looking for. I like the skateboarding in the street. That could work. Let's see. Well, there's Emma hanging out. Okay, that's okay. We'll use Emma on the front or back. We're probably on the back porch, you know, kind of hanging out. Desktop temp folder. I'm going to save her. And then let's go with, who's this guy? I think this is, yeah, Ryan. Okay, so let's look at Ryan and just, we'll have him hanging out on the back porch too. And so maybe we'll get like, you know, we'll kind of have Emma and Ryan hanging out. So Ryan, we need him kind of having a drink in one. He's having wine sitting down. That could work in the backyard. I kind of want him standing up because it's easier to work with people who are standing up. You can put them anywhere. And so let's just find Ryan where he's having a beer. That's perfect right there. All right, so we'll download him and we'll go desktop temp and save like that. And then yeah, let's just start there. All right, so let's go over to our backyard, just get some characters in there. And we'll go to our build mode. And, you know, for any of our characters, you know, as I was mentioning, I mean, we're actively converting all of these different characters to be Lumion groups. But if we haven't made the Lumion group yet, you just download the SKP like I did. And then I can go to import my model. I can just import from my desktop temp like this. And we'll bring in Ryan first. All right. And we'll place him on the porch, and then we'll bring in Emma as well. And so for her, we'll just click import and bring in Emma like that. Okay. All right, so now they're both in here, but see, check it out. Like, you know, they're just SketchUp models. And so they're kind of these like paper thin, you know, they're not set to face the camera. All you have to do, it's so easy. Go to materials and then just make them a billboard material. And then click on Ryan and make him a billboard material. And now they always face the camera and they're gonna show up properly in any view like that. All right, so now I think we're good on the back porch. Let's just look at Lumion's library and see what kind of objects we have in here. So I'm gonna go to objects, outdoor furniture, and maybe we have like, I could really imagine just either a dining table or some Adirondack chairs. And this could get a little tricky. Let's see. Set them to look at each other. Like something like this, I think is going to be perfect. I'll hold R, and that way I can rotate it before I actually place it. And then here's like that looks like a fire pit to me, like that. And then maybe a love seat, and maybe we'll hold R and rotate that guy around like that. And then, you know, maybe this whole thing is going to scoot forward. I don't know what the best arrangement here is, but if I use my move tool, I can kind of move these guys and hold control and select all of them, move them all together. And then I'll throw like one more chair. You know, we had something like this, hold R. I don't know, something along those lines. That looks good. All right, and then, you know, you could decide like you want to do like some kind of, you know, something like this. I don't know if that's going to be necessary for this particular rendering, because what we're really focused on is the landscape design. So I guess that would be on you in the end to figure out, you know, is it helpful to put Entourage in here and fill the space, or is it detracting from what we're showing? You know, is it taking away? And so, you know, I think I'm just going to click, and I'm just going to try and scoot these guys a little bit, imported models, and scoot them back over here. And, you know, for a project like this too, where I'm making a lot of images and I need to get out the door quick, and, you know, these aren't like, you know, these aren't portfolio images, you know, these are like quick. We're trying to explain the design and move on. So, I mean, I wouldn't get all hung up on, you know, character placement and all that. So I think I'll just leave this alone. I mean, you know, we've covered how to import some Entourage characters, and we've covered how to add a few objects, and, you know, it's I think it's looking pretty good. Well, you know, one thing that's kind of throwing me off though, let me go look at that. I guess this has a lean to it. Is it like the 2-point perspective throwing it off? I guess it just has a lean. It kind of looks like it's distorted almost. All right, so we've got our characters in there. Yeah, see, this is where you get into that game of like, where's a good spot for these characters to exist? And I do wish that we had a like a move character per view option. I mean, because I move them here, and then they're probably not going to be in the right spot somewhere else. So let's just check a few of our views again. You know, I think that'll be fine, and that's definitely fine. So yeah, that works. They're kind of blocked there. Works there. It's fine. All right. We want to add a little bit more flavor to this rendering. I think that we could add some birds, and that, I think, will wrap it up on any of the objects that we really need here. So let's just go back into build mode, and I'll just kind of hover way up above, go to place, and we're going to go with our people and animals. and we'll head over to our birds, and we don't want ducks, we want like kind of your standard issue pigeon. I think is better for flying. The pigeons kind of do like a nice lap. All right, and then maybe I'll just go with like cluster placement, and check this out. You know, we can make like a swarm of birds. You know, so we'll just go like one here, one here, one here, one here, like that. A couple more. And then if I kind of zoom down and look, you know, you gotta, where'd they end up? So there they are. See, they're kind of low. So I'm gonna select one of these and then click select all identical. And then we're gonna move them up and get them up in the sky like that. All right, and then maybe not quite that high, you know, because we want them to show up in our images like that. And let's just see if like it looks like a swarm or if it looks like, let's see. So, I mean, there's quite a few birds, no doubt. Here's what you can do too. You can add an effect on objects. Oh, maybe it's animation, time warp. So time warp allows you to change, you know, it's gonna like animate those birds so you can find, you know, a better look where they're, you know, it's all random, but like maybe find a better look. Let's see. This one's probably fine, but you can hit edit, hit time warp, and then, you know, maybe get a few more birds happening over there. That's cool. I don't know. This is the last, you know, little touches on the rendering. Kind of cool to know. It can breathe a little bit more life into your images, but, you know, that time warp trick kind of comes in handy, and you know, something like that is probably good. So I won't do it for all, but yeah, that's you know, in pretty good shape there. And let's do this now. I think this is a good point to just kind of render things out and take a look at what we've made. All right, so at this point, I think I'd still render at 1080, and I'm just going to do a new folder and call this one 200430 like that, and prefix them all 200430. And you know what? I gotta I'm gonna cancel this, and we're gonna render the whole photo set like that. All right, and we're gonna put it in that same folder I just made. Click save and let these render out. And I'll just, while they're rendering, I'll make my comments on them. This particular view is more about understanding the whole site, so I'm not real concerned about the way things look here. You know, from an aerial shot, it's not great, but this one, I think it's a little bit, no, it's kind of coming back down. I was gonna say it's a little bit washed out, but no, it looks good. And I'm pretty happy with that one. Same deal here. You know, we could thin out the amount of birds. I'll tell you what's going on though with that driveway that I don't like is it needs like some score lines on that driveway. Yeah, the driveway is just too perfect. You know, a driveway never looks like that. It always has, you know, some control joints in it. So maybe we'll go back into SketchUp and run those control joints. I like this one. That's pretty cool. And, you know, the other thing, while we're looking at this one, the paint colors, I did talk to the client, and what they're trying to do, we got the right paint colors, but they want them flip-flopped. So they want the dark low. That's what we're trying to, you know, sort out here. So what we'll do is we'll add those control joints in SketchUp. We'll flip-flop the material colors. And look at the backyard. See how bumpy and lumpy that is? I didn't do a great job of, yeah, I didn't do like a great job on that. So I think that we could just do a quick rebuild on the terrain on the backyard, and it might look a little bit better. So that's my initial reaction, just watching these guys go by and render. So again, flipping the paint colors, that's all good. Maybe we could darken up the mulch or river rock. That's fine. If you like this video, click the BD button to subscribe to our channel. Every week we post new videos covering SketchUp, layout, Lumion, and our Condoc Tools extension. If you are a professional architect or interior designer, you are going to love our tutorials.